Alright, so waiting time is over. So you guys are already around. So let me just check if you guys are already in front of your computers. So just give me a thumbs up just to let me know that you are now ready. Okay, great. And it seems that most of you are already here. Okay, so let's now start with this secret. Okay, so apples and worms picture patterns. So don't cheat, okay? Because the next page is the where you can find the answer of this one. Anyway, so anyone who would like to answer number one? What is the next picture? Okay, so you can find what is the next picture. Okay, around right here on the bottom. So let's just name this one as letter A, B, C, D, E, and then F. So is it letter A, B, C, D, E, or F?
A, sir.
E? What about the others?
C, sir. C.
B?
C.
C. Okay. What about the others? So we have, what is the first answer? B. And then we have C. Okay, I'll give you guys 2 minutes to analyze this one more. Okay, and then we'll have a one-time big time answer regarding with everything. So from 1 to 6. So to make it also easy, just put your answer, okay, answer on the chat box, okay, but you have to answer everything. So number one is, let's say, C. Number two, what is your answer? Is it B, B? Okay, so just put everything, and then we will compare later on, and then see if you were able to get everything. So most of you have an answer of C in one. What about number two? So it's like 2B. Okay. What about number three? So let's list that one. So one is C, two is B. It's like 3 is A. Okay. What about number 4?
Sir. Sir, may tanong ako, sir. Sir, may tanong po ako.
What is your question?
Parehas lang ba yung letter A tsaka ano? Letter
yeah.
E.
Letter A and E is the same. Okay. So that only means that we have one A in here, okay, and then one E also in here. Okay, so it could be 2 A's or 2 E, so they are just the same. 4 is also like A. Okay, let's see. What about number 5? Okay, 5 is D. Number 6. Okay, so A or E. Anyway, so let's just put here A or E. So there is only one out A, B, C, D. They are just the same. Okay, so A or E is the same. Okay, so it seems that most of you were able to get the correct answer. So the number 1 is letter C. Number 2 is letter B. Number 3 is letter okay, so this is incorrect. So I hope there are others who were able to get number 3. Number 3 is F. Okay, and then number 4 is, what is this one? Yeah, it could be A or E. And then number 5 is letter D. It's correct. And then number 6 is again A or E. So I hope you guys were able at least able to get half of the score. Let's say 4 out of 6, okay, or 5 out of 6. Anyway, so that is just a short activity wherein we are trying to consider the shape, the pattern, wherein we have the pattern of number, no, size, okay, and then I guess color is not that much since most of them are red. But yeah, the size and then the shape of this one. Okay, so we're following 2 patterns in total. Okay, so we could also say number. Okay, we have 2 of this apple and then 2 of this one and then another 2 of this one. Okay. But most likely we're following the pattern in shape and then size. Okay, so yeah, that's it for the this secret. So let's now move on to symmetry. So I'm pretty sure that most of you already know what is the meaning of symmetry. So symmetry is, once you divided a thing into two into the middle, so you have an equal or a mirror image of the left side and then the right side. So it's like saying that the left side is the same with the right side. Okay, so recall that symmetry indicates that you can draw an imaginary line across an object and the resulting parts are mirror images of each other. Okay, so the figure above is symmetric above the axis indicated by the dotted line. Okay, so note that the left and right portions are exactly the same. So if they are not the same, that only means that you wasn't able to cut this one in the middle. And that only means that it's not symmetrical anymore. So this type of symmetry, known as line or bilateral symmetry. Okay, so it is evident in most animals. So if you cut animals into two, so it's symmetrical. Okay, or not exactly the same, but it's identical. Like it has an ear on the left side. It also has an ear on the right side. It has a leg on the left side. It also has a leg on the right side. Okay. So looking in a mirror and see how the left and right sides of your face closely match. So it's not 100% symmetrical or the same, but it's at least 90% the same. Okay, so you might have I'll call this one a mole, that a mole in here or a pimple in here. Okay, but on the left side or on the other side, you don't have a mole or a pimple on the other side. Okay, so that's it for the short definition of symmetry. So the next one is world population. So in this topic, I will be teaching you guys on how to, let's say, compute, okay, the population at the year maybe 2030, 2040, 2050, okay, and so on and so forth. So let's just see that as of 2017, it is estimated that the world population is about 7.6 billion. So this one's way back 2017. I think nowadays we are now I don't know, maybe 8 billion. Okay, this 2021, or even 8.5 or 9 billion. So world leaders, sociologists, and then anthropologists are interested in studying population, including its growth. So we are like, computing when are we going to reach the 10 billion population in the entire world. Okay, so mathematics can be used to model population growth. So formula for the exponential growth is this one. So we could say it's a part, or a is equal to p times e raised to r times t. Okay, but most likely I read this one as a part. So with that, it's easier to uh, memorize, or it's easier to get familiar with this formula. Wherein A is the size of population after it grows, okay, and then P is the initial number of people, and then E is the Euler's constant with an approximate value of 2.718. Okay, so this is a constant value. And then R is the rate of growth. So how many percent? So it's growing by 1%, 2%, 3%. And then the time, or T is the time. Okay, so how long will it take? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or even 10 years, or even 100 years. Okay, so plugging in values to this formula would result in the population size after time t with a growth rate of r. Okay, so let's have an example. We have this exponential growth model is a is equal to 30 times e raised to 0.02 times t. Describes the population of a city in the Philippines in thousands. So t in years, and then after 1995, and then here are the question. So just do take note that this population is in thousands. Okay, meaning this 30 right here, this initial population, this letter P, which is 30, is actually in thousands. So this one is 30,000. Okay, so you have to take note on this one. And then what we are trying to solve in here is what was the population of the city in 1995. Okay, and then what will be the population in 2017. Okay, so in here, this one started at year 1995, and then in here it's asking us what was the population of the city in 1995. So I think it's very obvious. So anyone who would like to answer letter A? What is the correct answer in letter A?
Still 30,000, sir.
Still 30,000. Yeah, very good. Since this, we assume that the current year is 1995, and then it's asking what is the population at year 1995. Wherein, if you're going to substitute this one, so 30,000 times 2.718 raised to 0.02 times t, this t will become 0. Okay, and then 0 times 0.02 is 0, and then e raised to 0 is 1. So 30 times 1 is 30, or 30,000. Okay, what about letter B? So here's the solution for letter A. So the answer is 30, where it's still 30,000. Okay, but how about letter B? What will be the population in 2017? Okay, so you must have your scratch paper in front of you, and then solve it one by one, just by substituting the value of E, substituting the value of P. So the only thing that will change in here is the value of T, since everything is already given. So the current year is 1995, and then we are trying to solve what will be the population in 2017, like after how many years? After 22 years.
Sir,
Mhm.
ira-round off ba sa ano? Yung sagot.
So you can just get the 2 decimals and then round it up if it's possible. Yeah, just round it up. My bad. Since we're talking about population, like you cannot answer, let's say, 100,000.30, because there is no point 30 a person. Wala naman sigurong 1/3 na tao, no? Lahat tayo is counted as one, no matter how small or big you are. Okay, even though it's just a baby, it's still counted as one. Okay, so if it's 20 point something or 100 point something, especially if it's below the round off number, let's say 20.4, then you can just neglect that one. But if it's 20.8, 20.5, 20.6, then just make that 121 or 101. So what is the answer? So you guys have the same answer, 31,349. So we have another different answer. We have 46,581. Who else has an answer regarding with this one? So some says it's 46,579. Okay, so we'll see. So here's the solution for letter B. So the correct answer is 46,581. Okay, so in here again we are talking about in thousands. So just multiply this one in thousands first, and then you will get exactly 46,581.3. So 0.3 is not enough to round off. So we've just neglected that point something. Okay, so it's 46,581. So the correct, the one who answered correctly is Christian J. Fajardo. Okay, and then the others, yeah, they're quite close, especially this 579 or this 582. But how come that maybe you solved everything first and then this 3 is not really 3? That's why you rounded it into 2. Well, anyway, so it's close enough. So it's already considered as a correct answer. Could be 579, 581, or 582. Okay, it's a small variation. Well, anyway, so of course, after the seat break, you guys are going to have a real seat break. Okay, that will be recorded. So the exponential growth model A is equal to 50 times E raised to 0.07 times T describes the population of a city in the Philippines in thousands years after 1997. So here are the questions. What is the population after 20 years? And then what is the population in 2037? So you can find that one right here, this seat break chapter 1.1. This one right here. So just answer this one later on. So the due date of this one will be on September 9th. So this is a 20 points secret. So 10 points for letter A and then 10 points for letter B. Okay. So are we clear so far regarding with your first secret? Hello, hello, hello. Clear? Or do you guys have a question?
Sir, can you repeat po? I had a connection problem.
So what part? This one? The seat break?
Sir, when is the seat work due po?
The due date will be on September 9th. Okay, so you can see it right here. September 9, September 9, September 9. So you have a total of 4 activities actually, okay, which will be due on September 9. So you guys have exactly 1 week to finish all of them. Okay, but don't you guys worry, all of them are super easy, super simple. It will only take you maybe less than 30 minutes and then you're already done. Okay. So any other concerns?
Ipapakita po ba yung solution, sir? Or just the answer?
That's the answer. Okay. Any other concerns? Okay, so I guess none anymore. So let's now move on to the next one, which is now your quiz. Okay, so this will be your quiz on chapter 1.1, 1.3.2. So we have 1 to 10 in here. So determine what comes next in the given pattern. So we have 1 to 5 in here, And then for the world population, okay, like solving what would be the population at that certain span of time. So substitute the given values in the formula. A is equal to P times E raised to R times T. And then find the missing quantity. Okay, so everything is already given. Whatever is missing, that is the one that you need to find. Okay, so you can also find it right here on the 1.3.2 quiz chapter 1.1. So this one is a total of 50 points. So 10 divided by, or 50 divided by 10. So this one is like 5 points each. Okay. Same. You don't need to show the solution anymore, just the answer. Okay. So any questions so far? Okay. So I would assume that you guys don't have a question. So great. So the next one is the Fibonacci sequence. So I'm pretty sure that most of you have already heard about Fibonacci sequence. Okay, so let's start with the in defining sequence first. So a sequence is an ordered list of numbers called terms that may have repeated values. So the arrangement of these terms is set by a definite rule. Okay, like for example, this one, generating a sequence. So analyze a given sequence for its rule and identify the next three terms. So we have 1, 10, 100, 1000. So as you can see, it's like having a pattern, but this one is called sequence. So anyone who would like to answer, what are the next three terms on this one? So this is the first term, second, third, and fourth. So what is the fifth, sixth, and seventh term of letter A? Okay, what about the other two terms? So the answer from Miss Elizabeth, Mr. Luis. Okay, so 10,000, 100,000, and then 1 million. Yeah, that's the correct answer. Okay, what about number two? Okay, so you need to answer three terms, not only one term. Yeah, so the correct answer is 27, 35, and 44. So yeah, those are the sequences. So this is the solution. So the next three terms would be 10,000, 100,000, and then 1 million. So here's the sequence, okay, on the first three. So the first one is 10 raised to 1, which is equal to 10. And then the next one is 10 raised to 2, or 10 raised to 3, and then 10 raised to 4, 10 raised to 5, and then 10 raised to 6. Or you could just simply multiply this 1 by 10. Starting from 1, we have times 10, times 10 it again, times 10, times 10, and then times 10. Just keep on doing that one. That is already the sequence. Okay. So in other words, that is the pattern that you need to follow for you to come up with this kind of sequence. And then for the letter B, so the difference between the first and second term is 3. Okay, and then the difference between the second and third is 4. So as you guys can see, the pattern is like it's incrementing by 1 only. So plus 3, plus 4, plus 5, plus 6. So the next one is plus 7. Next one is plus 8. And then the last one is plus 9, in which we were able to come up with 27, 35, and then 44. Okay, so very, very easy. So after that, of course, we're going to have a quiz again. But this time, I would like you guys to search what is the meaning or how Fibonacci sequence were made. So how does Fibonacci sequence work? Okay, so what is the sequence of Fibonacci? So with that, you'll be able to answer letter A, no, letter C, D, E, and then F up to I. Okay, but for the letter A and B, so you don't need Fibonacci sequence regarding this one. Okay, so when it comes to Fibonacci, from C to I only. So I'll give you guys 1 minute to analyze, and then just in case that you have a question, so just let me know. So letter A and B is the same with this example right here, but for the C to I, so it's now a different sequence. Okay, so any questions so far? Or clarification? All right, so I guess none. So just in case that you have a question, so you can message me anytime. Okay. So the next one is mathematics for our world. Okay. So mathematics is used in organization, okay, or organizing things, okay, in prediction, okay, and in control. So for the first one is organization. So a lot of events happen around us in the blink of an eye. So several children have already been born. Liters of water have been consumed. Thousands of tweets have been posted. So organization. Okay, so in everything, just in the blink of an eye, a lot of things are already happening. Okay. And the next one is prediction. So of course, if we have that kind of data that is coming from organization, okay, like thousands of babies are being born every second. Okay, so with that, of course, we can predict, okay, something. Okay, so it is sometimes history repeats itself. Like, for example, weather, uh, the climate, so or the typhoons. Like we already know how many typhoons is passing through here in the Philippines. Like we have an average of how many? 16 to 20, 16 to 25. So I'm not sure anymore. But yeah, we have already predicted that is the at least or the minimum count of typhoons that will pass through here in the Philippines. The same with the climate. So of course, after summer, we have this, well, in other countries, we have 4 seasons. But in here, we only have 2. So we have rainy days and then sunny days. So of course, after rainy season, we have sunny season. After sunny season, we have rainy season. Okay. So the same with this one. Heavenly phenomena such as Draconid meteor shower and the Great American Eclipse. So we can predict, okay, when will those two phenomena will happen again. Okay, so this is the Draconid meteor shower, and then this is the Great American Eclipse. So if I'm not mistaken, this one will happen again on 2024 October, I guess, for the Draconid, and then for the American eclipse. So I forgot, but I think it's 2024. Okay. Then lastly, of course, control. So if we can predict it, so we must control it. Okay, like for example, global warming. Okay, so like we can already predict by the year at the year 2030. So the global warming is already, you know, so much. Okay, it's already too much. Then we must plant as many trees as we can right now. Okay, so with that, we'll be able to control this kind of disaster. Okay, and many more. And then we have some examples right here. And then Dante had a summer job packing switch. So each pack should be weighed 200 grams. So Dante had to be 15 packs of sweets. He checked the weights in grams, correct to the nearest gram. Okay, following are his measurements of his packaging of sweets. So we have 212, 196, 198, 206, 197, and many more. So as you guys can see, he is not consistent. Dante is not consistent in packaging his sweets since it's human made. So there's a lot of human errors. But anyway, so what is the most frequent data?
206.
196?
206.
106. Yeah. So I hope you guys have the same answer. So the nearest data is 200, or the frequent data is 206. So if this is the average that Dante is, packing, then there's a big chance that the company who owns that business will go to bankruptcy, since instead of them earning a profit, so they're having a lot of loss, uh, of money, because of Dante's packaging. Too much grams in each packaging. Okay, so Dante must have or must at least have an average of, let's say, 199. So I think it's the same as 199 or 198 or below. Okay, since the standard is 200. So you don't want your company to go bankrupt. Okay. So another example is a certain study found that a relationship between the students' exam scores, which is the y, and the number. Let me just check how many minutes more do we have. 4 minutes. I think that's enough. So where are we now? So the exam scores y and the number of hours they spend studying x is given by the equation y is equal to 10x plus 45. So using this information, what will be the estimated score of a student who spent 4 hours studying? So what is the answer? You can do this one using your mind only. So you don't need calculator in here. So what is this estimated score? So it will be 85. Okay, 4 times that is 40 plus 45 is 85. So only if Dante studied 1 more hour, then he will get 95 out of 100 now. And then only if he studied 6 hours, then he can now get 105 out of 100. Okay, well, this one is not the same for every student, since some are genius, like they only need to study 1 hour, but they will still get a perfect score. And then the others, even though they've studied 10 hours, 12 hours, but since they are not that intelligent, okay, they're not that genius, then they are still getting an average score, like maybe 60, 70, 50, something like that. Okay, anyway, so the only point of this one is we can control, okay, how much score we can get if we only studied more. Well, basically, of course, if we study more, okay, we'll be able to get more score. Okay, if we study less, then we will get less score. That's the theory regarding with this one. So the last example is the distance traveled by an object given its initial velocity and acceleration over a period of time is given by the equation d is equal to, this one is bo. Okay, sorry for that one. Bo plus 1/2 ap squared. Okay, so there is a typo, so this one should be single d only. So find the distance traveled by an airplane before it takes off if it starts from rest and accelerates down a runway at 3.50 meter per second squared. So again, another typo. So you should remove this one, just neglect the other s, so it should be single s only for 34.5 seconds. Well, here's the computation. Okay, so since we've started with at rest, so it's zero velocity, so just substitute the value of VO right here as 0, and then you will get, oops, my bad. So again, another typo. There should be T in here, okay, which is the time. So VO times T. So I will get this one. I will fix this one, okay, later on, and then I will re-upload the fix presentation. Okay. Well, anyway, so this one is already 0, since 0 multiplied to this number is 0, and then whatever is the computation of this one will be 2082.9375. So he was able to travel 2082.93 meters, okay, with this kind of speed, and then with a time span of 34.5 seconds. Okay. Well, I guess our time is not enough. So we'll just continue the rest on the part 3. Okay. So sorry for that. I was trying to finish this one, but I think the time is not enough anymore. Okay, so goodbye for now, and then see you guys on part 3.